What is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Right, so today chassis, which put the rear stays in. So on a chassis by Blue Book Regs, the main hoop, the front legs, the top screen bar, and the rear stays, which are these bars, not these, have to be a minimum of 45mm with a 265mm wall thickness. And the floor or the floor plates have to be the same wall thickness as the main hoop or a minimum of 3mm, whichever is greater. So as we're using a 3mm floor, we're in good. But if that was 2.65mm floor, technically it would be our regs. So even though these things are never going to get raced to what you need in regs anyway, but it's best just to keep to the Blue Book. But once these tubes are the right reg, everything else is pretty much open to your interpretation, to be honest. As long as your door gap is correct, you have to have a minimum of 3/4 of your door gap open. The minimum height above the seat, that has to be there. And then about it, really. That's your main thing. That one, above the seat, and these three hoops. That is about it. Anyway, let's get on to these. So these stays, they're a bit of a bugger to make, so I just made them, to be honest. So we've got a notch at the top and a double notch at the bottom because it has to cope over this. And I TIG weld these just to keep the profile low for underneath this, basically. And I TIG weld these, and then I normally clean them up a little bit to try to make it look part of, like as in a one piece, but I don't know. The other side I cocked up a little bit, I'll show you. Like a twat, had the amps up too high. So it just started to, can you see, just started to nick away. So then I turned it down. So all I'll do is I'll just flush that off a little bit. I won't try and repair it all, but I'll just lick it with a grinder. That was tigged up under there as well. It's just because the MIG does give quite a big weld, because you've really got to get a nice chunky weld round, you know what I mean? It's why my main hoop and my front legs sit in 6mm. So I've got 6mm of space for weld, do you know what I mean? So you could get a good weld. There's no point in butting this rod to the side or the edge, because you need the space for the weld. The only reason I have to butt the back up is because this goes there, but then it's getting a fully weld anyway. So yeah, anyway, they're in. Bit of a bugger to make, because you've got to make sure you get your lines up right. I mean, you don't even have to have them here. A lot of people run them to here and just come straight down. But I just like to keep things in line, you know. I think with this car as well, I'm going to have a chat with my mate, see what he wants. But I think a single diagonal from here down to there would be nice. But other than that, maybe a V down into the middle. And then once I've put the leg in from here to here, I can run another V going the opposite direction, so it all joins in the middle. Do you know what I mean? So there's one going away and away, and then away and away. So it all points into the middle of the bar. But yeah, that's just I'm thinking I might just have a quick chat with the bloke. Say, oi, what do you fancy? And we need to put the X in up here. Up to there. And do that, and then I really have got to crack on with designing something down here. One thing I've noticed is my steering rack kit doesn't fit. So if you look how much out it is on the hole. It's nearly probably 3/4 of the hole. See? So I'm gonna have to make another one of these custom for this car and take out a little bit of length either side just to keep the rack central. Right, so that's where I am at the minute. But I'm not feeling the best, so I think I might give in. Catch you in a bit, people. Alright, I'm back. Spoke to the chap and we want a single diagonal. I think that's the best with this car, because I put an X in the back of one before, and because of how small the opening is, it gets very cramped very quick. So I think that's the best option, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set you up on tie wraps. I've got to tack those two trailing, whatever them legs are, and we'll make that, make diagonal, and we'll start making the bottom ones. Yeah, not feeling up to it. Up here is not a very nice place. Right, set you up. Right. So, these don't look mad with the jig out. Looks so spacious, doesn't it? Right, so we have got diagonal in. Yeah, as you can see, it runs up really nice. So, just with that. So we got that in, and then I started to run around with the MIG because I needed to get these two in and welded so I know the spot I've got for the bar that comes down to here. So I started to run some welds around. Gotta get some nice decent bits of weld on there. So all the back there so far anyway has got weld on it. So it's a bit hot at the minute. So this bar is a really simple bar to make. It's really simple because you basically, this bar and this bar, if you've done the job right, are pretty parallel with each other. So whatever degree you have there, you have there. The only problem I had is my notch only goes to 52 degrees and this is probably about 55. So I just had to notch a little bit extra out to get the little bit of the angle. But yeah, so we've got some nice little bits of weld around. And we'll finish the rest, I think, once that's in. Finish that, and then to be honest, the majority of this could get welded. I've got to make the roof bar so we don't get any deflection there. And then basically, yeah, bar there, bar there, bar there, bar there, bar in the roof, bar there, some bars there, bar. And the mechanistic steering rack thing, I'd say, ain't too far off of the gussets as well. I've got to make up some gussets for there in the door. Yeah, so we have a back bar, two rear stays, not legs, not drop links, not whatever I call them, stays, diagonal. So this bar and this bar parallel, that is just notch. If this was longer, you'd have less of an angle, so it'd be a lot easier to work with. Right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm giving in. Giving today. I've had enough. So, thanks for watching. I know it wasn't a very big video. It wasn't a very good video. But hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, people.